No, this shit ain't even connected there. Sad Shins, we having Sad Shins. We locked in. You better tap in. Hey, welcome back to Sessions Media Room. Today's episode was supposed to have a special guest, David Staples. We having trouble connecting with him. I don't know what's going on. You know, it's still, you know, it's still, it's still, the opportunity is still there. I'm sorry, I had to cut something off. For him to come on and tell his story. But today, instead of telling his triumphant story, we're going to talk about recidivism and sentencing reform, man. Because this shit is wild. So, the revolving door, the mindset of recidivism. In this topic, we're going to discuss the cycle of incarceration and what it does to not only the individual incarcerated, but also the family members of such individual. You know what I'm saying? One thing you learn when you're doing time is that it's not just you, even though it may feel like it's just you. Your family and loved ones are there with you too, mentally as well as, you know what I'm saying? So as well as financially. You feel me? I want to ask a question though. What keeps people coming back to prison? Is it the system, personal choices, or both? And I got a first-hand insight on that because I witnessed a bunch of guys coming back and forth to prison. I mean, I even got a story I'm gonna tell a little later about a cellmate, one of my cellmates that, it just took me now since I've been discussing this stuff, understanding the breakdown and what was going on in his mindset at that time. You know, so we gonna do that, and then we're gonna do an overview of the recidivism rates in the U.S. with focuses on Illinois because Illinois, to not be a big, super big ass state, boy, we got a whole bunch of people incarcerated in this state. Um, so as we delve into this topic, some okay, I thought Dre was, Dre in the building too as well. So you can always tap in with Dre on one of the channels if you're looking to try to see what's going on. Damn, I keep going to this motherfucking mouse that ain't a mouse no more. You feel me? This shit is wild. But next, institutional institutionalization, that is a disease. You know what I'm saying? That's just when a person becomes comfortable with being incarcerated or they feel at home. As my guest from the other week, Miss Bree Sanders Davis said, you know what I'm saying? Her father asked her when you was coming to visit because prison was your home. You know what I'm saying? And how people could be. I know a guy who was really in he was able to survive in prison. You know what I'm saying? When he got out on the streets, he did some shit to make himself go back to prison for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? He was a functioning prisoner. You know what I'm saying? He functioned better in prison. Um, and sometimes when a person's been in prison so long, coming back home is chaotic. You know what I'm saying? That is chaos out here. You don't realize the stress that you have. You know what I'm saying? Going on with, trying to do everything right or falling. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle in that, man, to stand firm. So you know what I'm saying? We got a person dealing with psychological efforts and effects and trauma. You lost had an enemy. You know what I'm saying? And then you got solitary confinement. You know what I'm saying? So these things affect the person's mind. You know what I'm saying? Along with being in the Groundhog Day effect. I told you how every day in prison it is predictability of prison life. You know what I'm saying? Out here, even though sometimes out here you may feel like you walking through the same day a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But in prison, you walk through that same day every fucking day. You know what's gonna happen. I can tell you when I first got to Pontiac, my homie Mafia Red, he'd come to my cell every morning. This is on Saturday when we wasn't going to school. Now this is the day we off. Every Saturday morning, he's at my door. Get up, Lord. We finna go get. He going downstairs to get the weed, and I got the drink. You know what I'm saying? We. This is every Saturday thing occurs with me and Lord. You know what I'm saying? We enjoying our time off. You know what I'm saying? Or we hitting the yard. You know, we got that early morning workout. You know, every motherfucker. You know, you had all that you had going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's predictability, man. That shit is numbing. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna talk about a couple of stories. You know, the shit that affected me while I was in there as well. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about sentencing guidelines first, because some of these sentencing guidelines are designed. Once they get you, they keep you. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because the mandatory minimums only affect us. You know what I'm saying? People of color, man, because I was watching a video today, two guys fighting, black guy and a white guy. The police come, break up the fight, grab the black guy, put the knee in the neck, and you know what I'm saying? Like, then cuffed him up, then they just let the white go. But it was two people fighting, y'all, when y'all pulled up. You know what I'm saying? How do you just assume he was the aggressor or he started just because he was winning the fight? Right. You know what I'm saying? It was a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, man, so these laws are not designed for us, man. So, first thing we're going to talk about with strict laws, Texas. Texas got the mandatory minimums and the habitual offender laws. So that means you already in a pointed out system, you know what I'm saying? If this is, you know what I'm saying, if they deem this a class X or whatever the classes of the felonies is, you already deemed, you know what I'm saying, this is a 6 to 30, a 30, you know what I'm saying, with the enhancement. A 30 to 60, you feel me? It's categorized. Yeah, most definitely, and shit. And then don't be a habitual offender where you done did this shit 3 times or more. You feel me? Now they can hit you with, oh man, you here for the rest of your life. You ain't never going home. That's you know what I'm saying? Florida, 3 strikes. Baseball, they playing baseball in Florida, and they give you long sentences for non-violent offenses. Man, listen, the true story. Florida is a stand your ground state. It was a young lady being beat on by her husband, and she got the pistol, and just because they said she was no longer in danger, she didn't shoot him. She shot the gun in the air. They gave that lady 20 years for that shit. Wow. And George Zimmerman killed a young, innocent teenager and did no time. Make the shit make sense. So you know what I'm saying? So once again, we're showing you how this shit is not designed.
What was her nationality?
Oh, she was black. You know what it was. She was black. 20 years for the black lady for shooting your gun in the air. California, previously known as the 3 strike law, now slightly reformed. Now keep in mind, California laws and Illinois laws tend to always coincide with each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even though Illinois was not a 3 strike area per se, they did have the habitual offender laws, and you know what I'm saying, they also got the classes, you know what I'm saying, 1 to 3, 6 to, you know what I'm saying, that shit increases based on the number of times you did this shit, you know what I'm saying. And then Louisiana, it just got one of the highest incarceration rates per capita, you know what I'm saying. Like, they just, man, I remember at one point in time watching on TV when Hurricane Katrina had hit, and a lot of those brothers was displaced, and they went other places, and they were doing the same things as they was doing in Louisiana, and catching a few bodies, you know. I mean, so along with those bodies, they said, oh, this is just a 30-day murder in Louisiana. If there's no witness come forth in 30 days, they let you out on the body. And people have rude awakenings when they got to Texas and other places. Man, this is a state that locks you up. We got strict mandatory minimums for this shit, baby. You here? Yeah, Katrina done fucked y'all up, pimpin'. I mean, it's crazy, man. So it's the shit that they do, man. You know, like you said, Illinois more so focuses on truth and sentencing laws. Now it requires violent offenders to serve at least 85% of their sentence. So keep in mind, when I went to prison, it was at the 50%. You know what I'm saying? That's when you got it was called the day for day law. So once that law was no longer enacted, you know what I'm saying? They came with the truth in sentencing. And first time they came with it, it was 80%, but it was attached to the garbage bill, and Illinois had to rescind that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that was originally sentenced to that was sentenced to the day for day sentence afterwards. You know what I'm saying? They tried to sneak the law in. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't mad at it. They just, oh, you got caught trying to do some underhanded shit. You feel me? But they came back with the law later on, and then they enhanced it. It went from at the discretion of the judge, you could get 50%, 75%, 85%, or 100% of your time. Yeah. Crazy, huh? The discretion of the judge. Once again, back into them baseball thing. You feel me? They back at it, baby. I tell you, man, this shit is crazy, man, that we go through. You know what I'm saying? So now we got a person thinking about, is it the system or is it the person? And I tell you, I had a celly, man, and this guy, man, I come in the back of the cell house one day and he was bragging, talking about shit. When I get out, I'm gonna get a motherfucker. I'm gonna get me a bitch on in Section 8, goddamn it, well on welfare, nigga. I'm gonna set up shop in her house. I'm gonna ooh out the wind, right? And I sat there and listened to that shit. And I told him, if I ever hear any dumb shit like that come out of your mouth again, we're gonna beat your ass down. But that was in me and my ignorance, because I didn't realize this man was sick. You know, because prison is not designed to reform. You know what I'm saying? Prison is designed to make you a better criminal, if you really want to be honest. Because you sitting in there with motherfuckers and you ain't got number time to think and plot. And you know what I'm saying? Okay, when I made these steps here, this was my downfall in my counter. Or you try to learn a whole new career and you listen to a motherfucker tell you how they was doing shit. Oh, I could do it better than that, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So prison is designed to keep you, you know what I'm saying, fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got these sentencing, you know what I'm saying, that's fucking you up, and you got these untreated illnesses, you know what I'm saying, that's fucking us up, and then we just fucked up. Yeah. And every aspect of this shit, man, So we got to focus on breaking the cycle. You know what I'm saying? What can be done to reduce recidivism? I think education is one. You know what I'm saying? They brought back a lot of the education in the penal system, but you know what I'm saying? I think they should not just focus on degrees of certain things. Focus more on, you know what I'm saying, skills, trades. You know what I'm saying? Give a person a real life. You know what I'm saying? They do it to a certain extent. They got the industries and certain joints. You know what I'm saying? Person can work and make money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no real. It's real money for prison. You know what I'm saying? If you're making $150 to $200 a month, you know what I'm saying? You're not dependent upon your family, the 300. You know what I'm saying? You're not dependent upon your family to send you anything. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much got yourself covered for a month because you're gonna go spend $50 a week at the commissary. Right. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's designed, but when they go to the halfway houses is when they got to go in and work and then pay half that. But I just think, you know what I'm saying, it should be designed to help people get better. I don't know why this dog keep thinking he could just come in here. Get out. Go out. Kennel. I'm sorry, y'all. Man, Smokey think he runs the show. Anyway, you got to think about help as well as getting these people diagnosed and getting them the proper treatment that they need, and maybe it's just a talking to with a psychiatrist and not a psychologist who want to give you the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one it is, if I got it backwards, y'all understand what I'm saying. You got to think about the programs that have successfully helped former inmates reintegrate into society. That's a big thing, reintegration, man. Like I say, Illinois gave me a bus ticket, a train ticket / bus ticket. God damn it, whatever I had on my books at the time, and $10. They added a 10. They added a dime to it. They gave me $10. You know what I'm saying? And go make it. You know what I'm saying, bro? Reintegration in society. I wasn't prepared for it. I went to jail. Cell phones was brick phones, man. Beepers was the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Two-way pages hadn't even came out. The Star Trek flip phone hadn't even came out by the time I went to jail. So when I come home, fucking technology is touchscreen. What the fuck? Reintegration into society. All I seen that shit on TV. I didn't think that shit was real. You feel me? Reintegration into society is a motherfucker. And then you got a lot of people that are delusional in their mind. Once again, they're sick. And they don't understand. They figure they got it figured out this time. I know what I got to do to beat the system. Because that's what a lot of people in our society, that they think that's what we got to do. We're designed. We have to go beat the system, bro. You can't beat something when you don't have no economic structure. You can't beat something when you have no standing in it, man. You know what I'm saying? And when they could come snatch everything from you that you done illegally got, what do you have now? They increase the single parent that's in the household, because once they take us to jail, you know what I'm saying, the father figure is no longer there in the household. The child, what role models and what examples does the child have? You know what I'm saying? For a lot of us, our uncles and peers and older people that we looked up to were the same shit. So it wasn't no different. So we was doomed. We was trapped. We was in the game, baby. We, literally in the game, and that's what we call it, a game. And then people playing the biggest game. Like I say, mental health treatment and vocational training was good. That's what helped me. I mean, even though I'm not doing nothing in the fields that I train, I got my culinary, associates in culinary cooking, culinary arts. That's what they call that shit. But I'm not a chef. I don't practice like that. And I got an associates in electronics. You know what I'm saying? Which helped me in the field that I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not technically in the field that I train for. But I told people, they're like, man, why are you doing all this schooling? I say, man, I don't do school as a way to think that I was going to get somewhere and it was going to get a degree here and they was going to let me out and somebody was going to give me a job, in the gate at $150,000 because I got this degree. Bro, I know it's people graduate from real colleges out here, man, and they can't get nothing, and half of them can't even get jobs in their field. But this was my thinking when I was going to school. I was setting goals. If I could complete this goal here, I know I could complete another goal there. You know what I'm saying? The more that I completed in my journey, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't about just the education was great, but it was about me completing something and putting my best effort into doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's what helped me. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff that goes on that goes with this, man. You got to keep in mind, every society gets the kind of criminals it deserves. What is equally true is that every community gets the kind of law enforcement it insists on. Ain't that some shit? Robert F. Kennedy said that. You feel me? So, man, it's a lot. There's a lot going on, man. I just be wanting to share the truthful insights of prison and prison reform, and not put out the TikTok videos that have a motherfucker showing you the commissary what they're cooking and look how we getting down. We got the cell phones in there. This shit is designed to keep us in there, showing our young ones, hey man, you ain't missing out on shit. Come on in the jail, man. Do this shit, man. You can do this shit. I'm gonna tell you, I was walking the yard one day and I heard some young men talking, and they was talking about one of their homies. I wasn't trying to be nosy, but the conversation kind of intrigued me, so I just listened. And I heard him say, "Man, he ain't built for this shit, man. We built for this shit." And now I'm thinking as I'm walking the yard, who's built for a fucking cage? That's what we in. We're gerbils on the treadmill, walking the tracks of the yard. We're gerbils out there. We make the same paces every day. The only way you switch them up is you go in reverse. Okay, you walk the other way on the other. You know what I'm saying? We're mindless. You know what I'm saying? And this is, I mean, tragically, you know what I'm saying? Some people succumb to that. Some people don't never get away from that. You know what I'm saying? And that's that weakness and that sickness, man. And I mean, I hope I can help somebody keep them on a reform path. I mean, I wish I had something to tell you. The best thing I can tell you, man, if you had, go get a trade, HVAC. HVAC, they always need a motherfucker to fix their HVAC, heating and ventilation and air conditioning. You'll always have a job when it's hot and when it's cold. You always working, baby. You ain't got to worry about it. Electronics, carpentry. You know what I'm saying? Get a trade. You know, even in cement. You know what I'm saying? You know, join them unions. But you know, cement work is some hard work. It's some hard labor. But I'm just saying, it's hard labor builds character. If that's what you went to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of stuff to do. My son calls it getting a career out here. He don't want to go get a career because he got something else he want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, true, but damn, you already might as well get started. If you understand that that's a career, you 1 foot ahead of the game of every place else that you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? What do you need to go somewhere else to get further education when you already understand that these are careers and if I could build something and grow, even if it's not here, you know what I'm saying? You could take this shit on the road, go somewhere with it where you want to be. Man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Sessions QC, we're looking for guests to want to come join in. Just tap in, man. If you want to tell your story, your whatever you got going on, how you coping with the mental anxieties of life after prison. What do you think about prison reform? Whether you want to come on and talk about your business and what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be in the studio with us. We could do all that. Tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Have a wonderful day and blessed. I gotta go take care of some other things.